25 north.
Hey guys, we have a house fire. Give me that tent.
A house in Phoenix, Arizona is going up in flames, and the owners may still be inside. Firefighters have only seconds to save them from a horrific death. To find survivors, firefighters Dan Donahue and Scott Bain must enter this hell on earth. One that kills 100 of their fellow firefighters each year. For the next 48 hours, we're going in with them to witness house fires like never before.
We're going to risk a lot to save a lot with this.
This house has been burning for a few minutes now. Nobody knows if the owners and their kids are still inside. Phoenix firefighters Dan Donahue and Scott Bain have no choice but to go in.
When we pulled up to this house, we could see children's toys outside, so we start thinking of our children. I start thinking of my son Cody and my daughter Kaylee, and I'm thinking, oh my God, would somebody do what I'm doing right now to get my kids out of here, save my kids?
Firefighters are giving everything they have. The fire is spreading fast, and the chances of finding survivors are fading with every passing second.
Oh, look out!
Once inside, they're immediately assailed by the dense, toxic smoke and the blistering heat. Their #1 priority is to search the house for victims before it's too late. They know that fire kills more Americans than all natural disasters combined.
I know for a fact that there could be a child in here or an adult down in this smoke. And if I don't get them out of this smoke as soon as possible, they're going to be a dead body, and it's just going to be a body retrieval.
That smoke is a poisonous mixture containing carbon monoxide, sulfur, and cyanide. A few breaths of it will knock anybody out. More than a few minutes in it spells certain death.
I couldn't see anything. Smoke was all the way to the floor. Couldn't see your hand in front of your face.
In fact, 4 out of 5 victims are killed by that smoke. Luckily for the owners of this house, the Phoenix Fire Department is one of the most high-tech fire protection units in the world, and they will use all the tools they have to try and save the owners of the house and the house itself. That includes what's called a TIC, or thermal imaging camera, that can actually see through smoke. Captain Donahue wants to pull the ceiling down to check if the fire has reached the attic yet. Bad news, it's burning all right. The firefighters and anyone still inside the house are now completely surrounded. Fortunately, these firefighters are using a self-contained breathing apparatus, or SCBA. It's the only thing that stands between them and the deadly smoke. But with only 10 to 15 minutes of air, they have to work fast.
That's moving, but it's clear back here. I got one room left to search.
That's pretty dark. Now imagine trying to get around in that darkness and then feeling the heat. Okay, you turn around 1 or 2 times in that atmosphere, you are completely disoriented. You wouldn't know north from south.
Well, that sucks.
Getting lost in the smoke is a one-way ticket to serious trouble. If they run out of air, they'll become just 2 more victims in a life-threatening situation. While their colleagues are rushing outside, Scott Bain and Dan Donahue are inside the burning house where it's starting to feel like an incinerator and getting hotter by the second. If there are any victims still inside, it's getting critical to find them and get them out fast.
We know as soon as we put some water on it, we're going to get steam just like a lobster, so it's going to get a little bit hotter, a little bit more uncomfortable.
Firefighters always search the entire house before spraying water. That's because the victims they're looking for have no protection against the scorching steam.
If there's anybody in there, once we put water on that fire, If they had a chance before, they probably don't have a chance now.
They still haven't completed the search, but the fire is spreading too fast for them to wait. If they don't put water on it right now, they risk losing the battle.
We got second line.
They now have 2 fire lines to work with inside the house. But just as they open a 3rd one to shoot foamy water into the attic, something unusual and very dangerous happens.
Hey, give me some pressure.
The pressure drops in the lines inside the house, leaving Dan and Scott defenseless against a fire that's quickly getting out of control.
We're working very, very fast. We're working against the clock because obviously, you know, this fire started a little while ago. We don't know when it started, so if there are people in there, we don't know how long they've been down.
The engineer rapidly fixes the problem. With the water pressure restored, the battle really begins. And like in all wars, both sides suffer losses. Some 80,000 firefighters get injured in the line of duty every year. This house has been burning for over 5 minutes now, and the victims, if there are any, still haven't been found.
It's very, very hot in that house. That atmosphere can reach to 1,000 degrees or more, and unfortunately, if there's anybody in that direct room where the fire is, it's probably going to be a body retrieval.
Outside the house, firefighters are rushing to pull out more fire hoses. If the fire spreads to the entire structure, Dan and Scott could get trapped inside.
Still seeing to the east. It looks like it might have got past us to the east. It looks like there's fire coming out from under the AC unit. We're running right now.
This fire was running around a lot. We found it on the west side of the house, we found it above us, and then it started spreading to the east side of the house in the attic.
With the attic now burning, the ceiling could fall in on them at any moment without warning. They've pulled it down in part, but a lot of it is still intact. They've only been inside the house for a few minutes, but the battle is so intense that they are quickly reaching their physical limits.
I mean, it's a workout. It's a physically exhausting workout. The adrenaline is flowing.
Over here, Scott. Let's get this.
The fire's still trying to find its way around Dan and Scott. Better luck next time.
Scott, get this whole corner out of here.
These 3 fire lines pump 1,000 liters per minute onto the small bungalow, enough to fill a bath in 5 seconds. Soon, the firefighters manage to regain control over the blaze.
Good job, Scott.
The firefighters are using foamy water. This foam saturates the materials so they don't reignite. Once they have the upper hand, it's a matter of minutes before total victory. The fire has ravaged the west side of the house and the whole attic, but Dan and Scott's rapid intervention and 7,000 liters of water has helped save the other half of the house from the flames. Back outside, after having been engulfed in smoke and soaked in sweat because of their heavy turnout gear, everybody takes a thorough shower. They don't want to take any of that toxic smoke back home with them. Once cleaned up, it's time for a quick debriefing about the water pressure failure.
You have pressure initially?
No, hardly any. Not well. Again, it would come and go. I had enough to take out the attic in the back on the east side.
Yeah.
And then it died when I came in the kitchen. I got it again when we went outside, and it died again. I was getting pissed.
Let Jorge know, because maybe it's a malfunction. I mean, obviously, he wouldn't be turning it down.
Well, I think what was happening is they pulled that third line. He didn't have a supply line yet, so
okay.
it's kind of scrambling. It worked out okay, and we've got plenty of water, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Good job,
No,
dude.
that was good. That was good. That was good.
In order to learn from that mistake, questions need to be answered.
That one line went limp on us.
Did it?
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah, we had good pressure to start, and all of a sudden, bam, we're down to nothing.
I was at 200 when you told me to bump it up.
Really? But I wonder if that third line had something to do with it when you opened up that third line.
I don't think so.
Because then once I did that to you, bingo, it was back.
But look, because I had the one, maybe it was, I don't know.
They finally won't pinpoint the source of the problem. But luckily, all's well that ends well. It could have been critical for the men inside the house, though. Every fire truck is driven by an engineer. This firefighter is also responsible for the various controls on the hose lines, including the water pressure. This is probably where the problem came from. After debriefing Scott and the engineer, it's time for Dan and the captains of the other engines on the scene to do the same with their immediate superior, the battalion chief.
First, Alex pulled that whole kitchen, the whole kitchen was gone. And then it kept flaring up in the back, but then Pat saw fire coming from outside the AC unit. So we figured maybe it got past us on the east, but Alex worked his butt off. Said, Alex, pull that, pull the whole thing.
Superman here had already laddered the gable end and was spraying this way.
Good, because that's where it was going.
Coming from here.
Good, because that's where it was going.
You got to get that side.
Firefighters always try to learn from every situation they face. That includes going back inside a burnt house to do a play-by-play of what happened.
Very dark in here, very hot. I had the thermal imaging camera, and after Engine 44 and my crew started putting out this fire, we needed to get it all clear of the building just to make sure there were no victims that needed rescued. So I started going down the hallway with my thermal imaging camera. So I took my tick down the hallway, doing right wall, right wall, right wall. Found the bathroom, cleared the bathroom, found this bedroom, cleared this bedroom, found this bedroom, got all 4 bedrooms cleared. As I was walking by here, I had the thermal imaging camera, and I came in here and I thought I saw something on the bed. When I came in here with the camera, this is a child's bed. This is a child's bed. And when I had the thermal imaging camera on the bed, I thought I saw a little child, about a 2 or 3-year-old child. So I got the camera closer, and sure as enough, I saw little legs, little body, little head, but once I got down and grabbed it, I found out it was a stuffed animal. So it was a huge relief.
For firefighters like Scott Bain and Dan Donahue, doing their job also means going a step or two beyond the call of duty. They know that when you've just seen your whole world destroyed before your eyes, little things suddenly mean a lot. The family who owns the house has finally been located at a neighbor's house, and Dan is looking for their little boy. He saved something from the flames that may be of great interest to him.
Is this yours? Is this yours? There you go, buddy. You're welcome. He's a little bit dirty. He's a little bit wet, but I think we can dry him off and clean him, okay? All right? Okay, you guys okay? Nobody got burned or nothing? You okay? You okay? Everybody's okay? We can fix the house. We can fix the house, but we can't fix the kids, okay? Good job. You guys all got out, okay? We'll do what we can to save what else we can, okay? I got some other people coming that are going to help you through this, okay? So we'll get you some drinks, some food, some blankets. We'll take good care of you.
Even though they're risking their lives, firefighters thrive on their job.
This is like a sport for us. I mean, we don't wish tragedy on anybody, but when we're responding to a house fire, that's our game day, okay? That's the time we get to swing the bat. That's the time we get to take the shot. That's the time we get to carry the ball. And the public depends on us, okay? We can't sit back and not perform the way the public thinks we are supposed to perform. Good job, Alex. We got a few hot spots over here we're probably going to have to hit for a while. You know what?
Back inside the burnt house, it's time to inspect everything and make sure there are no more hot spots or smoldering flames left.
Not sure where it started yet. Obviously extended out here to the back. See, this is going to be a long overhaul operation because we got so many little hot spots like this all over the place. We're just going to have to, see, we got a couple more over here, and it's windy. So that wind is really going to accelerate it. So fire's out, but we still got a lot of work to do cleaning this one up. Big story, though. No children were hurt. No owners were hurt.
We can rebuild the house. All the family's fine, so. Good deal. Let's get some water. I'm buying.
The damage is extensive, and the family will have to find a new place to live. What the fire didn't get, the water and burnt debris did. The whole living room area from floor to ceiling is completely destroyed. The kitchen is also lost, and the extension in the back of the house is burned to the ground. If it's any consolation, they aren't the only ones going through this terrible ordeal. Fire causes an estimated $10 billion in property damage every year in the U.S.
I know it looks like a lot of destruction, but actually, you know what? This was a pretty good stop.
These wires dangling from the burned ceiling are one of the most dangerous obstacles firefighters face. Invisible in the smoke, they can be stripped by the flames, but can still be live.
See, I'm getting caught in it just walking outside.
Firefighter Jorge Enriquez found that out the hard way a couple of months ago.
Jorge, come here.
While responding to a house fire, he got tangled up in electric wires and became just another helpless victim.
This electrical line came down, and I walked right into it, got it caught around my neck. So as I was backing out a little bit, trying to get out, the captain's calling for me, asking me to come back and, you know, let's continue our work. And I says, hey, I'm stuck. So I'm trying to pull myself free. He hears me saying, hey, I'm stuck. And so he starts pulling on my arm, trying to get me out. Well, when he does that, he starts choking me, and he pulls my mask off.
Okay, now this is active fire going on above you, so the chances of you breathing in that stuff and now going unconscious from that are very high.
Yes. I have second-degree burns on my chin, on my arm, and then on my back.
So you can see this stuff right here, the fire, we can deal with the fire, but one of our guys gets caught with this, and we're breathing on air, we run out of air, that's dangerous. That's more dangerous sometimes than the fire, because you can see the fire. When you're walking through this stuff, you can't see this stuff. Grandma and Grandpa here are crying, and they just want to save whatever they got. This family does not have much to save, and we just need to get some boxes. I'll go back to the station, get my credit card, go over here to Lowe's, buy them some boxes, but if you got someplace...
Dan promised the family that he would help them save as much of their possessions as possible, and he intends to make good on that promise.
Okay, let's go get boxes.
They run off to Station 44 and basically raid the place looking for bags and boxes.
So we're gonna take this back over to that house so that family can at least take the belongings that they got left, bag them up, and get out of there, because they're gonna have to secure that house. We got a bunch of trash bags. We're gonna try and get some boxes. So now we're on a box hunt to see if we can find some boxes for them.
After finding what they were looking for, they come back to the scene of the fire for a final wrap-up. It's been a long day for the crew of Engine 725, but there's one last item to take care of before going back home to the station.
Mira! Told you I was gonna give you a bear.
The firefighters have been working non-stop for over 6 hours now.
He's sleeping? Oh, he's out. When he wakes up, give him that bear, okay? Okay? Okay.
All in all, this job went well. No one was injured, and giving away free teddy bears is a nice way to end the day. Unfortunately, it's not always that easy.
Larry!
Firefighters see hurt or dead people each and every day. Psychologically, it can be very hard to take.
We have a civic responsibility, and when we see those things, we can't panic, because those patients and customers depend on us to do what we need to do. And the training gets us through that. Emotionally, socially, psychologically, spiritually. After that call, we're no different than any other person. We reflect on it. It saddens us, sometimes to tears. We call our own children, our wives, to make sure they're okay. I think the best way I personally deal with it is through my own spiritual beliefs, and that those people need me, and I fall back on my training. And if we can do anything to make that situation better than before we got there, you know what, I can live with that. I can live with that.
Everybody needs to unwind after several grueling hours of non-stop work. For firefighters, their colleagues are more than simple co-workers. They are brothers in arms in the war against fire. They watch each other's back when the heat is on, and they will always be there for one another when something goes wrong.
We were just playing it a minute ago.
Come on, give me the look.
Okay, who's leading? Wait a minute. Hey, how about those bears?
Phoenix firefighters work 24 hours straight before taking 2 days off. That way, 3 full shifts can maintain a 24/7 surveillance. They definitely need their 2 days off because when they're working, it's always go, go, go. Phoenix, Arizona is a gigantic metropolitan hub. Its 3.2 million residents are spread over a valley of almost 500 square miles. That's bigger than Los Angeles. But out here, there are more cacti than palm trees. The weather is beautiful, with over 300 days of sunshine every year and almost 0 humidity. Temperatures can soar to 100 degrees during summer. This nice weather, however, has a drawback. For firefighters, hot, dry air generally means more work. And they are very busy. Last year, the 1,400 Phoenix firefighters answered more than 133,000 calls. That's almost 10 calls a day for each of the 47 firehouses. In Phoenix, firefighters are also the first responders on all medical calls.
How we doing? Is this our little asthma patient? Starting to kick in? Showing albuterol?
That's 100,000 alarms per year.
Yeah, she's pretty clear. Just slight wheezes in the apices, but real clear in the base.
Monica, no needles, no shots, okay?
And they still have to put out almost 50 fires each day.
Yeah, we're gonna be first in. It's gonna be ours.
Between calls, they can sometimes find a few minutes for some good times. But for Scott and Dan, that's not going to happen tonight. Only a few hours after they get back, it's showtime again. Another house is on fire, and Station 25 got the call. They will be there in less than 4 minutes. They better, because they've got a surprise waiting for them. And at 4 o'clock in the morning, it can't be a good one. When you're a firefighter, the wake-up calls are always brutal. Every year, U.S. fire departments attend to almost 2 million fires. This means that every 15 seconds, a call for help is answered somewhere in the nation. This time, it's Phoenix Station 25 that gets dispatched to another house fire. 1 second, you're in bed, and 10 seconds later, you're riding in a fire truck going at breakneck speed with all the sirens wailing at full blast and lights flashing. Swerving from lane to lane and passing every red light. For most people, this is not how they want to wake up. For firefighters Dan Donahue and Scott Bain, however, they wouldn't want it any other way.
It's a sport mentality. It's just something that we train for and train for and train for. You know, and the guys love it. It's a morale builder. We don't wish harm or destruction on anybody, but if something's got to burn, it might as well be in my first due when I'm working, because that's what I'm trained to do.
Tonight, Dan has seen his wish come true. As the truck rushes to the scene, firefighters are frantically getting ready to face the flames. Their gear is made up of many layers of flame-resistant fibers like Kevlar and Nomex, and includes a moisture barrier and thermal barrier. It's heavy, all right, but they will need every bit of protection they can take. House fires can get as hot as a funeral incinerator. Like all captains, Dan rides up front and gives directions to the engineer. In Phoenix, the days of paper maps are long gone.
With our computer, it's called an MCT, Mobile Computer Terminal. I have a mapping feature that I can use that has a follow me feature that I will identify where I'm coming from, and it stars up the location I'm going to. It's very beneficial to us when we're responding to calls. Really helps us route ourselves better and cut down our response times.
Every fire truck in Phoenix is equipped with real-time GPS-reliant computers. No more getting lost or confused in narrow back alleys. No more looking from door to door to find the correct address. Just follow the on-screen instructions.
Another feature that's really nice about it is I have an aerial photo feature, and I can even zoom in to the address that we're going to.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning. People might still be sleeping inside. There's no time to lose. The first thing they do is take a plug, as it's called. That simply means connecting the truck to a fire hydrant. As soon as the water is flowing to the truck, Scott and Dan put on their SCBA gear and run to the burning house to battle the flames.
725. Stop the second line.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning. We don't know if there's anyone in there. We're having a hard time figuring out who the property owners are, where they're at. So we're going to assume that there's people in that building. We're going to aggressively search the building, the house, and make sure we don't have anybody in there. We're going to check the bedrooms and make sure we don't have any kids hiding under beds and that sort of thing.
This first alarm is called a 3-in-1, meaning that 3 fire engines plus a ladder company are dispatched. The first company on the scene goes in first.
Engine 40 south.
The fire is intense and the owners are yet to be seen.
Engine 25 north.
They must search the house as fast as possible. Dan and Scott rush inside to assist the crew of Engine 44, who got there first and assumed command of the incident.
You know, this is what we all signed up for. It's what we care about, is wanting to get in here and take care of business and take care of people.
Engineer James Craig rushes to make sure every line has sufficient pressure. They don't want a repeat of this morning's pressure problems. While both teams from Engine 44 and 725 are fighting the fire inside, it becomes urgent to vent the house of its heat and smoke to relieve the pressure on the guys inside.
We started to feeling the ears burn a little bit, the back of the neck burn a little bit. Fire was taking quite a bit to knock down. We had plenty of water. We were using foam on this fire as well. It just didn't want to go out.
Firefighters quickly climb onto the roof of the house and start making holes. They don't know if the fire has already started to attack the roof from the inside. If it collapses, down they go into the Inferno. There's not a second to lose. Dan knows exactly what it's like to suddenly find yourself free-falling to the ground with fire burning all around you.
I fell off the second floor of a hotel fire, pulling a hose line. We were going hotel room to hotel room, putting them out, and the second floor railing had burnt through. And as we were pulling 1.5 inches to go to one other hotel room, I grabbed the 1.5 inches. Another firefighter, Larry Thomas, I believe, was on the 1.5 inches inside the hotel, and I held on to it, and it backed up, and I leaned against the railing, and the railing was burnt through. So I was holding onto the hose, and I figured, well, I either hold this hose and pull Larry with me off the second floor, or I let go. So I let go, and I fell it was probably about 20 feet down in a puddle of water. Had my SCBA bottle on and everything, and that was a pretty life-altering experience. If you've ever heard people tell you of things going in slow motion, I found that to be very true in my own personal experiences. That fall happened very, very slow, very slow. And, you know, thinking of my wife and my children and my career, and if I was going to be paralyzed and live versus die, and, you know, the whole gamut of being here or not being here went through my head.
Inside the burning house, the firefighters hear some wailing. Someone is still inside the house.
We did a quick search in the portion of the house that we were in. Although it was so hot, we really didn't feel like there was much of a chance that anyone would have survived that environment.
But miraculously, the victim is still alive. The owners have been identified and are safely waiting outside. But someone or something is definitely wailing from inside the burning home.
Over here, Scott.
What they find hiding in a back room are not one, but 6 little victims.
How many puppies you got?
For several minutes, the firefighters and paramedics give everything they have to save the family's pets. Oxygen and mouth-to-mouth work for some puppies, but not for all.
How many you got?
It was a pretty sad scene. You know, families looking at all their pets laying on the ground on the driveway.
The mother chow will make it, but most of the newborn puppies have inhaled too much poisonous smoke to stand a chance.
Okay, good. 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 That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Ma'am, that's a good sign.
That's good.
Hey, stay down with her and pet her. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. That's good. That's good.
Leaving the owners to tend to their pets, Dan and Scott must go back inside to inspect the burned home.
You can see how all of this is alligated pretty good, so it was pretty hot.
From the outside, it didn't seem like a big fire, but the inside of the house tells a whole different story. Everything is destroyed.
The origin kind of looks like maybe it was over in this corner.
Unfortunately, this thing got a good head start on it.
We got a lot of smoldering spots. We're gonna have to put some more water in there.
This is where ladder actually cut the ventilation hole in the roof, get some of the heat and smoke out of here for it.
Here, let's get out of these guys' way so these guys can get through.
The fire is out, but the owners have lost everything. The only things left are the clothes they're wearing, and at 4 in the morning, that's not much. Once again, Dan comes to the rescue.
We're gonna go to Kmart and get her a robe. We'll be right back. Let's go. Ladies' robes. Ooh, those are calling my name. She's kind of a
Full figure.
Danny, this is the biggest size I have.
that'll work.
Yeah, that'll work.
That'll work. Thanks.
Give her
Okay.
some, oh, no, you carry it.
Scotty, what's your color?
You carry it. All right, guys.
Hey, thanks.
Thank you guys for your help. How you doing? Hey, what's up?
I think my radio got wet. Brad, can you just let the alarm room, let Engine 44 know that we can find a road?
No, we had a lady, her house burned down. She didn't have any clothes. So
wow.
we're gonna grab her.
We got a red radio. Wet radio.
Do a good deed, huh? That's good.
Yeah. She's having a rough night, so.
Back at the house, it's time to wrap everything up. After giving the victim her new robe,
Good luck to you. I know these guys will still help me out, girlfriend. Phone, all that good stuff.
the crew of Engine 725 gets ready to go back to the station to get some well-deserved rest. They've been up for 20 hours in a row now. But this time, they can't even make that before getting another call.
Special call code 2962 7514.
After putting out 2 fires in the past 20 hours, this team has just been called to a head-on car crash. A man is pinned inside his truck, and the firefighters have to get him out.
725, Engine 25.
25.
Where do you want me, Mark?
Right up here to the west of Engine 25.
Copy, West Engine 25.
The crew of Engine 25 arrived first and got the victim out of the wreck.
What up? What do you think, Mark?
Engine 25 is a basic life support, or BLS unit. But this man needs more than that. This is where Engine 725 comes in. Dan and his crew are an advanced life support unit.
There's a win. Whoa, look at that.
These certified paramedics can perform medical acts that in some states are reserved for doctors, such as installing IVs, operating a heart defibrillator, or doing tracheotomies.
What's that? Is he talking at you?
No.
He won't talk.
He won't talk.
Playing games talking or what?
He won't talk, but
Okay.
he said that his legs don't hurt.
Get all of it. Hey, all of it.
Is his head.
Take it all off. Is he the only patient we're looking at?
Yeah, the other guy's okay.
Can you write that down for me and I'll steal it from you and I'll start treating him?
Yeah, I've just about got this done.
Good deal. Yeah, because I'll take him.
The victim refuses to talk, even though he's conscious. Alcohol might be involved in this accident, something that infuriates all paramedics and firefighters.
So you need to talk to us, okay?
Hey, I'm going to stick a tube down your nose if you don't talk to me. Okay, give me the tube.
Come on, buddy, you gotta talk to us, okay?
Yeah, he's a lot more with it.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, he's a lot more with it and he's playing some games.
For Dan, drunk drivers are the #1 public enemies, and he takes it personally. His partner, Tim Hale, was killed by one in February of 1994. He was standing right next to him when it happened.
Parked the ambulance on the side of the road in front of engine 3, and just moments later, while Tim and I were pulling a gurney out of the back of the ambulance to take it up to the apartment where the patient was, a intoxicated driver crashed in the back of our ambulance going about, oh, I don't know, 70, 80, 90 miles an hour and hit my partner and I. I walked away from it with really no physical injury whatsoever, and my partner, Tim Hale, died several hours later.
10 years later, Dan still remembers that dark February day like it was yesterday. From that accident, he learned that danger rarely comes from where you expect it.
These scenes like this, with car wrecks, cars flying by us, oil, fluids, transmission fluids, glass, blood from infectious diseases, these are as unsafe, if not more unsafe, than some of the fires that we run on. Sir, I'm going to check you for alcohol, too. Is that okay? You're not saying no, so I'm taking that as a yes.
Dan and Scott probably won't go shopping for this guy, and he definitely won't get a teddy bear. What he will get, though, is premium care, whether he wants it or not.
Watch his head there. There we go. Thank you. There we go. We're very concerned that he could have broken his neck. He could have internal bleeding. His brain could be hemorrhaging. He could have pneumothorax, pericardial tamponade, all kinds of internal chest trauma from that steering wheel. You just don't bend steering wheels like that. His vital signs are pretty unstable, so he's going to be taken to a level 1 trauma center where he's going to be seen by trauma surgeons very, very quick.
With their car crash victim safely on his way to the trauma center, Engine 725 and Engine 25 finally make it back to the firehouse. Just in time for a quick snack. They still have a few hours to go before the next shift comes in at 8 a.m. But for most, sleep is not an option anymore. They're just too tired for it. Engine 725 answers on average 10 calls every day, and 9 of them are medical-related calls.
How you feel? How you feel?
In Phoenix, firefighters are the first responders on all medical calls. They will have a fire once in a while, mostly brush fires, car fires, and other less spectacular calls. So getting 2 house fires on the same shift feels like Christmas. For firefighters, those are the most exciting calls.
If we had the choice, we would choose fighting fire over running on medical or trauma calls any day of the week. 7648 West Crittenden.
76?
Yeah.
Engine 725 is responding code 3, meaning with lights and sirens. It's not a house fire, but they still have to get there as fast as possible.
It's an unconscious person.
Responding code 3 means flying along busy boulevards at close to 100 kilometers an hour. They have to zigzag their way around the other drivers on the road. They are the dangerous ones.
When we light up this truck with the lights and sirens, we can scare some people. And we can shock them into doing some things that are unsafe. Do we want them always to pull over to the right? Yes. Do they do that? No. Sometimes they stop right in the middle of the road. Sometimes they try and outrun us.
No wonder vehicle accidents are responsible for 25% of all firefighters' deaths. And surprisingly, the difference in response time between a call answered with or without the code 3 driving is less than a minute. But when lives are at stake, every second counts. Engine 725 is responding to a domestic violence call. A man has apparently hit his pregnant wife. But before Dan and his crew can get closer, the scene has to be secured.
Stage for PD, there could be some criminal involvement, so we're going to use our lights and sirens to get close to the call, and then we're going to stage back so PD can make sure the scene is safe so we don't go in and get hurt.
But the psychology of violent people is not an exact science. When they go inside, they just don't know what they're in for.
Several occasions we have thought that a gunshot wound scene, a gang scene was already secure, and we got there and found ourselves in the middle of complete chaos. We have people that are combative. They talk loudly, they use foul language, you know, they're not approachable, they're intimidated by us. Yeah, that's kind of a normal deal, and we watch those people, but you look for stuff like clenched fists in people looking like they're going to become violent, meaning they are going to hurt us. Alcohol brings out the worst in everybody, especially when we show up. And unfortunately, sometimes complacency gets us, because we're the good guys. 7648, it's a corner house.
Dan is on standby. He's waiting for an all-clear call from the police department before entering a scene of domestic violence.
725 on scene.
As soon as the husband is under control, Dan and Scott rush to the lady's rescue. Station 25 is in a part of town where there are a lot of unilingual Hispanic families, making communication somewhat difficult between rescuers and victims.
Get her to tell you what happened. Okay, we're trying to figure out if she needs to go to the hospital, and at a month and a half, she's in her first trimester, and we just want to make sure that her and her baby are okay, because she looks very uncomfortable, like she's in pain. Okay.
With the violent husband handcuffed in the next room and the house swarming with cops, they don't have to worry about being assaulted.
Now, better safe than sorry, so we'll get her over and check her.
But that doesn't necessarily mean they're out of harm's way.
It's the stuff you can't see. That's the stuff that scares me the most.
Everyone that needs to be close to the patient is wearing rubber gloves and a mask. She might have contaminated blood or a contagious disease.
I, like a lot of people on the job, I have family, I have kids, and I don't want to take something home to my family. About a month and a half, no prenatal vitamins, no history that we need to know about, no allergies to medications. I'm not sure about what trauma we're looking at yet. She's super pubic pain, little vaginal bleeding.
Gotcha.
She doesn't know her birthday. Bueno, muy bueno, señora.
This lady is going to be taken care of at a local hospital while the police officers have a talk with the husband.
PD was on the scene. They made sure everything was safe for us. They had the gentleman in the other room, the patient in a different room. That's the way we like to see it. So that played out really good. Everybody's happy, everybody's safe. We all go home and go eat some dessert.
Dessert will have to wait.
Let's see what they got. This is one of those calls. Apparently, it's a drive-by shooting. Somebody shot in the stomach, and we're going to stage for PD. So we're gonna stay away from the call a little while till PD gets in there and clears it and make sure it's safe for us, because we don't want to get shot by whoever shot this guy. 17-year-old male, he's awake. Valid shooting, lower back, we can roll in, scene safe. PD secured the scene, so the shooters are gone. Shot in the back, buckshot. Sounds like this guy shot several times. Showtime. How much you had to drink? How much you had to drink? Nothing. Any drugs? I'm gonna check you. Okay.
Jose Barrios.
Good deal, buddy.
Yeah.
That's buckshot. That's buckshot. Looks like you guys have some guys down the street. Is that maybe the shooters or something? Or he's got one here, one. Okay, several here. Okay. Okay.
While Dan and Scott are helping this young man, Captain Corny Santa Cruz, their colleague from Station 25, has his hands full just a few blocks away.
Is this self-inflicted?
No, right now it's not self-inflicted.
Nighttime in this part of town can be hard for firefighters and paramedics, and a nightmare for gang members.
Is he talking to you guys at all? There you go. Stay with the head. Let's make sure we clear the back. Got copious amounts of blood. Richard, move your toes for me, partner. How many times did you get hit, man? Just once? Okay. How much did you have to drink tonight?
This guy was lucky. If the bullet had hit him a fraction of an inch to the left, he would be dead by now. Instead, he'll wind up with a scar and a bad headache.
He's in immediate. It looks like he took a pretty good shot to the head. It doesn't look like it's penetrated. It's more of a tearing off a partial of the scalp and the skull.
Dan's patient is not so lucky. The buckshots may have caused severe internal injuries. Time is running out.
I just want to make sure he has nothing to the front there.
This young man needs immediate help from a level 1 trauma center, so they don't waste any time treating him on the spot.
We're going to start all the IVs and stuff en route. He's been shot with a shotgun on the side, so we'll go with him.
With the most critical patients, Dan and Scott will ride in the ambulance with the victim, providing advanced life support all the way to the hospital.
All right, Jose. Did you recognize the vehicle at all?
Dan and Scott's trip in the ambulance will be their last job of the day. With the sun coming up, a new shift is arriving at Station 25 to relieve them. They're all fresh from their 2 days off and are ready to tackle anything that fate might throw at them for the next 24 hours. Firefighters take great pride in their trucks and equipment. Everything has got to sparkle. Everything. The shift change is a busy time at the firehouse. The new guys are checking their equipment and everybody is catching up with their friends. These guys have to eat all their meals at the station, so each day one crew is in charge of feeding the whole gang.
On big tall trucks. Yeah.
No matter what they're doing, be it shopping, playing racquetball, or preparing a meal, when they get a call, they drop everything and rush to the scene.
How's ABL look? Are the trucks close? 44 is getting pretty close. Okay.
They barely have time to eat breakfast and settle in when Captain Ken Flickinger and his crew are dispatched to a car crash. It's a big one, a head-on collision at high speed with children involved and possible fatalities. What they find is absolute mayhem. The driver of the pickup truck is conscious. He's pinned inside his truck and getting him out will be tricky. His legs are probably smashed. There doesn't seem to be an airbag, so the violence of the impact probably caused internal injuries as well. In the other car, the news is even worse. A mother and her 4 children were coming back home from the mall when a moment of distraction caused the accident. Everybody's injured to various degrees. The mother is unconscious and seems to be in the worst shape.
This one here's got a cut in the back of his hand.
With 6 people hurt, the rescuers need a lot of helping hands. Both drivers are prisoners in their mangled vehicles and will need to be extricated. The whole accident scene may look chaotic to an untrained eye, but Ken Flickinger is coordinating the efforts of everyone. There are close to 30 people working together in this unsafe environment. 2 firefighters stand guard with fire hoses at the ready. Considering the violence of the impact, there could be a gas leak ready to explode. The good news is that the children are not too seriously hurt. The very bad news, though, is that the mother didn't survive the impact. Firefighters see so many injured or dead people day in and day out, but they never completely get used to it. Dan Donahue knows quite well what's going on in Ken's mind right now.
It rips your heart out. I mean, you sometimes want to express your feelings right then and there, but you know you can't. Because that would weaken the team, and just as a trained professional, you know there's a time and a place, and that's not the time and the place.
While the firefighters from Ladder 33 extricate the body of the mother, the driver of the pickup is being tended to by Engine 725 firefighters. The driver is finally freed, and to everyone's surprise, he seems to be relatively okay. His legs did not get smashed as was feared, and he never lost consciousness. Considering the violence of the crash, this is one lucky guy. Flick is truly puzzled that someone could get out of that truck without serious injuries, and he has seen a lot of crashes in his career.
He was all the way up like this, all drawn up.
Everyone that needed help has been taken care of. Ken Flickinger and his crew will leave the scene and let the police and technicians get to work to determine the exact cause of the accident. Having seen kids become orphans right before their eyes certainly makes the firefighters ready for big hugs. Just in time for the festivities of Family Day. Every Sunday, the firefighters get to eat dinner with their families at the station. It's a ritual that no one wants to miss, a chance for families to bond together. A nice change after seeing so much suffering. The wives have a lot of confidence in their husbands, and most are used to the dangers their men have to face every day. But for some, being a firefighter's wife can also be a heavy burden.
It's kind of tough being married to a firefighter. I'd say the hardest thing is just never knowing if they're going to come home after they completed their shift. I'd say that's the hardest thing.
But even on Family Day, duty calls. Someone's in trouble, and the party will have to wait until next Sunday. Leaving their loved ones behind, they fly to the rescue of complete strangers. Firefighters are a rare breed. It takes a special kind of men to devote their entire careers to helping others. Even more so when they have to put their own lives on the line to do so. And with 2 million fires in North America each year, that's 4 new ones every minute. No doubt firefighters will keep on doing what they like best.
If we're going to a house fire tonight and there's some people in there that need saved, then we're going to risk a lot to save those people. No doubt about it.